Okay.
New London, Connecticut. A promise of a 30-plus acre facility providing an additional 3,196 new jobs and $1.2 million a year in tax revenues. Yes, sounds great, but it is nothing more than a broken promise. The lack of money? Yes, that is the reason this 30-acre lot sits vacant. But where did the land come from? Good morning. My name is Dylon Pinsin, and I am representing the Artesia FFA chapter. Today, I would like to discuss with you eminent domain. What it is, how it works, how it is being abused, and how it can affect the lives of us and everyone around us. The 30 acres I mentioned earlier is a victim of eminent domain. The city decided that instead of a peaceful neighborhood, this land could be used for a better use, including jobs and tax money. This case was taken all the way to the Supreme Court in 2004, where 5 out of the 9 non-elected judges decided the landowners would move. No ifs, ands, or buts. So the landowners moved, their homes destroyed, and that is the story of why this 30-acre lot sits vacant. All of this because 5 out of 9 non-elected judges said so. How can our government do this to us? Eminent domain is defined as the power possessed by the state over all property in the state, mainly the power to seize private property for public use. Basically, this definition means if the city wants your land and they can prove it is for public use, they pay, you lose. End of story. This law is part of the Fifth Amendment, which reads as followed: No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or prosperity without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken without just compensation. So how did our forefathers intend this amendment to work? This is a great question. I believe they intended this amendment to mean that our country cannot take our property without us getting something in return. It started small, like a new road, or taking a small plot to widen or straighten a road, but this small article has grown into 30 acres. I would have never thought this is what our forefathers wanted for this country. How can our government twist these set of words in their favor? The case I mentioned earlier is referred to as the Kilo case. This particular case is significant, for it is the first case to be ruled in favor of tax money. It was said that the money could be used better than a peaceful neighborhood. Yes, when they seize your land, you are compensated. They pay fair market value. Yes, plenty of money to get a new house. But maybe it's the fact that our government can just take our land that seems so wrong. One of the residents from this 30-acre plot moved across the river. She watched them move her furniture, demolish her old house, and now she sees the land on which her home once stood. This is not fair. Her home of 40 years gone and nothing to show for it. We have to stop this. I recall a case I read about where a 5th-generation landowner was forced off his 10 acres, which was justified for public use as a water supply dam. What happened to this man's land? None of it is underwater. No, it was divided into 2 5-acre lakefront lots where $2 million luxury mansions now sit. This misuse of the eminent domain law is definitely twisting the intended purpose of this amendment. Niagara County, 20 acres were taken from 30 different landowners. The landowners requested $2,000 per plot. However, this did not happen. The landowners were paid $500 or less. One landowner spoke out and said the reason that everyone agreed to such a low price was because the city had threatened to cut their utilities. This is what it has come to. Landowners being threatened simply because 13 words in the Fifth Amendment say so. Supposable fair compensation, but who cares if the landowners are willing to agree to a lower price? The city is not going to pay more when they know the landowners are settle for less. Lakewood, Ohio, 56 homes are in the process of eminent domain. 56 homes set on a lot of land. What could one possibly put on this spread? The city wants to build luxury condominiums in their place. Some landowners have 56 years being forced out. This time the landowners are not fighting public use, but land utilization. The mayor decided that if a property does not have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, an attached 2-car garage, central air, and a lot size of over 5,000 square feet, then the land could be used better. How is this fair? Just because they are not up to the new home standards does not mean they are not utilizable. They are still somebody's home. If our homes could be taken whenever someone else would use them more efficiently, then our property rights are absolutely pointless. If our government can do whatever they want, then this is not a democracy. One might say this will never happen to me, but you never know. You may feel this is necessary, but how are you going to feel when this happens to you or your neighbors? In my mind, it is so wrong because my house and your house, they were not given to my parents and they were not given to you. We work for what we have, and when we finally have it, it is taken away. This is not fair for you, me, or anyone who has ever worked hard for something and had it taken away. Eminent domain continues to rise and continues to be abused. We have to stop this. But the way our government is today, how can we stop anything? This does not directly affect my life, but it does affect the lives around me. For example, I am from Artesia. Now, you may not see Artesia as a large farming community, but if you look, we're there. According to the Kilo case, if a corporation wanted to build a facility on a plot of farmland and they would produce more tax money, the city could take the land from that farmer. Some would say yes, but he is compensated, which is true, but that compensation is not going to cover his overall production loss. The bottom line is it is not fair. How can our government do this to us? This is America. People like me and you are supposed to be the government. How have we sunk so low that we're taking people's personal property to earn a profit? It's our land. Shouldn't we have just as much right to it as someone with more money? Where do we draw the line? Money or the right thing to do? Thank you.